We're going to do a little cleaning on these. This manifold and the burners here. Let's see down there. We're going to take this all apart. This is a RUUD air conditioning system. First thing you want to do is get the electrical off. This manifold right here is connected to the gas valve here. So in order to get this all free, we got to take this pipe out, or at least up to here somewhere. So we got to shut the gas off, turn the power off, shut the gas off, disconnect that, take out a piece of this pipe at least so we can spin this freely, get it out, and then we'll start working on taking these bolts out. You got to take this hot surface igniter right there, you got to take that off by that bolt right there. Kind of self-explanatory. Just find the bolts, disconnect this right here. I can't do it with two hands, I guess. Disconnected. You got to make sure you do not touch that. That thing is brittle, it could break. That glow plug. So be careful with that. It comes off of that bracket, and just set it somewhere where you're not going to bump into it. We're going to take this all out, and I'll show you what it looks like halfway through, and so on and so forth. So we're going to unscrew this. And get that out of the way. Next is to free all this up. Okay, you got that screw undone for the hot surface igniter. Carefully slide that out. I try not to let it touch anything, the tip. There we go. So you do not want to touch from there up. This is okay, but don't want to bump that. So I'm going to put that someplace safe. So it's out of the way. I did have a screw. Sometimes I like to keep things together. Okay, there's two 5/16 bolts right there on the right, and then there's two holders right here. There's two hold mats, they won't come out. This thing is, they got these little grabbers, little hooks. Got one there, you loosen that up. Oh, it's already ready to go. And they got another one on the left. This thing just goes straight up. See how they're kind of just slid in from the bottom up, and then these are gonna hold it on both sides. Then you can disconnect the wires, and we'll pull this out and take it out and clean it. Okay, the wires are disconnected. Just a plus terminal, a negative. If you look on top here, it says 1 and 2. It's just creating, there's a coil in there, resistance in that coil. Oh, sorry, I guess you can't see. You can see that little coil thing right in the middle. Just sending power in, power out, and when that's energized, activates the solenoid in here and lets the gas through. But let's see if we can get this out. Did it hook? It hooked. There. We'll clean those bad boys out. We'll blow them through nitrogen with some nitrogen and put those off to the side. And brush the sediment out. A little sediment there. I got a brush I'll shoot through there. And then we'll inspect it all, see what's going on, if I see any holes. Got a camera, we'll do that. Alright, we're gonna knock all the dust off we can in these things. You see the holes here. rust off. Get some nitrogen going. Okay, I got my shop vac ready. We're gonna suck out all that nasty dirt out of there, sediment. Got my shop vac ready. Another note is you shouldn't be touching, disconnecting, or playing with gas unless you are gas certified. You've been trained on gas, how to check for leaks. Just not recommended at all. You should not touch gas unless you know what you're doing. I know it looks straightforward, but you know, if you screw something up, you are liable. But that's on a different subject. But anyways, we're just gonna scrape these guys out. We got a lot of gook in there still, but pretty much scrape it, get the vacuum going, clean each one out. I got this I think at Home Depot. It's for cleaning out your refrigerators underneath the coils. It's good for jobs like this. You can probably reach in there, grab a big chunk of that stuff and start working it your way. Just like that. Turn the vacuum on. I don't want to do it with the camera on. See, here it comes. Sorry, it's hard to work and hold the camera at the same time. Just like that. Start bringing it out. Make sure it's clean. And just go through each one. Okay. Just using my inspection camera here. I'm just looking for any cracks in the manifold while we're doing a good clean job. And so far so good. I'm just on the first side. So I'll check through here, then I'll probably check from up there, shoot it down from the coil, do a real thorough check on this. And if it all checks out, we put it back together. Okay, everything checks out. Just gotta put it all back together. I'll do some of it with one hand. There's that. This will go underneath. Clamp that on. Start putting everything back together. Just the opposite of how you take it apart. Okay. Got these 1/4 inch nuts or screws in. Sorry. Tighten that one. Tighten that one. Already have this up. I got a 5/16 nut there. There's my second 5/16 nut driver. Make sure they're both tight. It's hard to do this with one hand. Let go. There. I love these little Malco quick release jobs. You go 5/16 1/4 inch, small stubbies, long. And you can take them off and use them right on your drill too. Got this bracket right here. Get that one on. That's just a little helper to keep that thing in place. That thing's getting replaced by a condensate pump. That thing is funny. That is magical. I got another video on that. There we go. This one's positive, which I don't think really matters because it's just making going through the resistance. Next will be hot surface igniter. I'm going to take my time with that because I do not want to touch anything. And I'm going to do this with two hands, but I'm just lining it up. There's a hole under there, but I don't want to let this thing slip out, so I'm going to pause this. There we go. Connect. Next is gas. Put my Teflon tape and dope on there. It's ready to fire up after that. Getting the gas on, just a note, you always want to have something holding this gas valve on. Hold that while you tighten that, because you can tweak this up. You can start spinning it, and if you go too far you can actually crack it. So keep pressure going one way while you got your pipe wrench over here tightening it up, and just make sure you don't over tighten it because you'll crack it. But you need to probably go to school to learn that. You'll learn all that at a gas school, so I don't know why I'm telling you. Okay, I got my gas on, plugged in, fan came on, got my gas valve on. It was calling for cooling, so the fan's running a little. It's right here. There we go. We're gonna go to white. Oh, stay. And red. Induced draft motor. That's a sequencing of events there. You got, first it checks all your limit switches, make sure there's nothing, no rollouts, nothing's been tripped. This means that the signal's going all the way through. That's good, and so on and so forth, everything. But the first thing that comes on is the induced draft motor. The next will be glow plug or the hot surface igniter, and that proves. Then gas will be let loose. Okay, you got. Thought I heard a click, but no click. There we go. No gun. In a minute we'll hear it click. voltage through here from the control board, which is behind this box. There it goes. Dancing in the fire. Nice and clean. There we go. I already did a test on the water column. It's 3.5 inches of water column. Off the manifold, use a manometer for that. I already have that hooked up, but that's about it.